people who can't afford it or businesses that don't have the type of budget to send someone?
We do have two half scholarships that we've gone through our endowment that we grant people that can't pay the full ride. You know, it's $1,500, and we grant $750 of it towards their their fee towards the class.
How many applicants do you have in a given year?
As of tonight, when I walked out of the office, we have 46 applicants, and we'll take 30 of them. That's all we take for our classes. There's 30. We're averaging, let's see, 2 years ago we had 65 applicants. Last year we had 39. And as of today, which was the cutoff, was 46.
Excellent.
How do you decide who comes in and who doesn't? Is it by who gets their application in first, or is there a different criteria?
Mary, I'd like to tell you it's by my decision, but it's not. No, we have a committee of our executive board, and we review the applicants. We have a scoring system, and then the highest score goes, and the bottoms weed their way out.
And all Hamilton County residents are welcome to apply. They have to work in Hamilton County,
The
correct?
requirement is you have to work or live in Hamilton County. If you don't, we don't take anybody from outside of Hamilton County.
But your preference is people that live and work in
If
Hamilton?
if you live and work, it's a better opportunity for you.
Yeah, okay. Man. Thank you, Paul.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Next is Janice Developmental Services. Thank you.
Well, good evening. My name is Debbie Laird, and I'm the Vice President of Development and Transportation at Janice Developmental Services in Noblesville. And I'd like to thank you for your previous support that has enabled the staff of Janice to stay true to our mission, which is to provide individuals with disabilities the opportunity to participate and contribute within the community. Thanks to your previous financial support, Clay Township residents and Hamilton County residents have participated in the following programs. The Community Employment Program partnered with 41 area employers in securing jobs for individuals with disabilities last year. 96% of those individuals in the program who secured employment 3 years later are still employed. The Work Experience Program, which contracted with 24 area businesses to supply piece or assembly work for individuals with disabilities. Last year, 85 clients participated in these partnerships. Our Capabilities Cafe at the Hamilton County Judicial Building, which provides real-life, real employment opportunity for individuals, served over 13,000 guests last year for lunch. The Doorways program features 11 activities, and just a few of those are music appreciation, gardening, fitness, and community service. Last year, 277 hours were donated to the community from our individuals with disabilities. Hamilton County Express operates a fleet of 18 vehicles. Hamilton County Express provided 9,865 trips just for Clay Township residents last fiscal year. This is an increase of 5.8%. All total, HCE provided 47,459 trips for Hamilton County individuals. Riders depend upon our transportation services to access essential medical, dental, and therapy appointments. They utilize HCE to get to and from jobs, educational programs, libraries, as well as retail and grocery stores. The skills that individuals gain greatly enhance their ability to live and work successfully in the community. And when that happens, everyone benefits. Janice Developmental Services is requesting $30,000 from Clay Township for 2015. Clay Township has embraced and supported our efforts, and we are grateful. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions?
The program of transportation, that's open to the whole community, or is it for just the mentally challenged that you're transporting?
It's for anybody that needs a
Anybody.
ride.
How is that different than what Prime Life does? Is it similar?
It's similar. I think, if I understand correctly, I think Prime Life just does like doctor visits and medical. I could be wrong, but
We'll get Sandy to talk
Is that
about it
right?
later, but.
Oh, okay, sorry. It's,
Right,
yeah, very
okay.
similar.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Meals on Wheels? Okay, they're not here tonight. Prevail. Hello. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Michelle Correo, and I'm the Assistant Director at Prevail. And first off, I just want to say thank you for your past and ongoing support of Prevail. Because of this support, Prevail has been able to provide effective services free of charge of victims of crime in Hamilton County. Prevail was established in 1986, and our mission statement is to educate and engage the community to prevent crime and abuse while helping restore the lives of those who have been affected by crime and abuse. Prevail provides a variety of services to victims of crime, and some of those services include, and I'm going to kind of break it down because you guys have the descriptions of all of these services, but there are so many, so I'm going to elaborate on just a couple of them. But crisis intervention is one of those, and advocates are available 24 hours, 7 days a week, so 365 days per year. So we are available all the time to provide crisis intervention by phone and, when safe, to do so in person. This includes on-site response to area hospitals when necessary. We offer support groups and those individual services as well. Also, a barrier that we ran across all the time were employment services. So we provide those employment services, and those are in order to promote self-sufficiency and in response to clients' identified needs. Prevail staff provides support with resume writing, job search and placement, and job support for victims of crime and abuse. We also have a victim notification service where we support them through the whole court process and notify them of the court process, and we sit through them through those meetings with the prosecutor and law enforcement. We also have a victim impact panel and a Safe Dates program, which Prevail staff deliver the Safe Dates curriculum in local middle schools to educate students on dating, violence, and healthy relationships in hopes of preventing future violence. We also offer community education. In 2013, Prevail was able to reach 2,705 people with our direct services. Prevail directly served 366 individuals in Clay Township through broad-based advocacy services. Advocates provide a wide variety of services which are individual to meet each client's needs. The funding will support crisis intervention services, including emotional support, information and referrals. It will cover individual case management services, including intakes, needs assessment, and safety planning. In addition, this funding will assist clients in filling protective orders and court support. It will also provide for family support at child advocacy centers. So the funding will also cover the ongoing counseling support and advocacy. The funding will also help support the prevention program, which is Safe Dates, as I mentioned earlier. So I would just like to say thank you so much for serving so many in our community. Any questions that I can answer?
No, I don't have to.
How, have you seen a steady increase of people needing your services over the years? I mean, is it, I guess it's great that you're able to help, but has it just been a steady increase of?
It has been a steady increase, especially as we grow. Hamilton County continues to grow. So we have, I mean, and the percent each year has changed, you know, whether it's a 3% increase, a 2% increase, we don't see any steadiness to it. You know, it's always a different percentage that's increasing each year.
Okay. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Thank you very
Okay,
much.
thank you very much.
All right, Sandy. Prime Life Senior Services. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sandy.
Last fiscal year, Prime Life Enrichment provided $580,078 worth of services to Clay Township residents, 2,472 residents. That's how we used your $30,000. So I hope you will agree that we were good stewards of the dollars and we invested it wisely in our community. We're able to do that, of course, because we have a number of other funding sources. We use a lot of volunteers to help us with our services. One of the pieces of information I've given you is a booklet of last year's volunteers. So we have over 200 active volunteers. You also have the annual report. We grow more efficient every year at providing services. I've given you a number of pieces of paper. Some of it is in the letter, some is in this history, but in the year 2000, since the year 2000, the amount of services provided by Prime Life has increased by 226%, while the cost has only increased by 87%. So we get better and serve more every year. I would tell you, one of the things that I really want to use my time for tonight is to tell you how grateful we are for your continuing support. This has not been a good month for announcements about funding. The last 2 or 3 years have been difficult, and I'm sure I speak for every organization here. We've all experienced funding cuts, and it seems to continue just a little bit here and there. So if you think $30,000 doesn't have a great impact, it means more than I can tell you to our organization. And I know the question came up about transportation, so I'd like to tell you some of what we do exactly alike is we both provide a great service. Both of us do door-to-door we do demand response transportation. Prime Life does door-to-door. Janice does curb-to-curb. And what that means is we tend to serve some of the more frail and dependent. Our drivers will go into the house and help the person, and then we'll bring their wheelchair out and take them into the van. But a lot of our clients, we both have mutual clients. Some of our clients are able to use the Janice service, and I can tell you this, it doesn't matter, there's all sorts of plans for light rail or bus systems. Our services will always be needed. Both of us, what we do won't be replicated by regular public transportation. But ours is available for people to go any place they need to go. We do a lot of medical transportation. We tend to do a lot of dialysis transportation treatments. Because, again, those are very frail individuals. I heard a beeper. I quit. I'm not going to get that extra in my check, am I? I went over my time.
Mary.
Well, I just want to tell you that there was a member of our church who was very ill, and there was a big question about how she was going to be able to get to her appointments because there were so many of them. And I did call Prime Life to see if you could help her, and the family was greatly rewarded by having that extra help in doing it. And unfortunately, she didn't use you long because she expired.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it takes a great burden off of people who are going through those struggles in a family to know that somebody's there that can help them like that, especially door to door in those moments.
I appreciate your saying that. When we talk about the number served, we're only talking about the clients. We're not talking about their families. But a family that doesn't have to take time off work to take someone to a medical appointment, or just knows that they're in good hands. We're serving the entire community, so, as well as we can.
Matt? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Trinity Free Clinic? Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Dina Furchman, and I am the Executive Director of the Trinity Free Clinic. I've been in this position for 30 days, so I hope you don't ask me very hard questions. The mission of the Trinity Free Clinic is to provide medical and dental care for low-income residents of Hamilton County. Last year, we saw 4,008 patients, of which 1,149, which is 26%, were residents of the Clay Township. Some of the services that we provide are urgent medical and dental care, pediatric care, women's clinic, eye care, physical therapy, podiatry, asthma care, and hypertension care. We would like to request $30,000 gifted to us in a grant, which is 2% of our annual income of $1.2 million. Now, I know that you won't remember all these numbers or services, so I'm going to give you a quick example. Last Saturday, I was working at the clinic. That's our busy day when we have everybody comes in to be seen. And I observed our volunteers. Our manager for the day was gathering all the doctors and nurses together, and he was like a football team getting ready to go out and play. And he was assigning doctors to different rooms and nurses and the clerk, and ready, set, go. It was a thing of beauty. And I was asked to interpret that day because we were missing an interpreter. And the patient that we saw came in with a sore back. She has a job where she has to push a 600-pound pallet across a room and then empty 250 boxes of salt into a container. And then she has to do it again with the next pallet. She does this for 3 hours, and then she goes to the next station, the next, and the next station. She does this 12 hours a day. So, of course, she has a sore back. No wonder. So as the doctor was doing the exam on her, we found that she also has acid reflux, a urinary tract infection, some women's issues, and that she was, pre-diabetic too. So we were able to take care of all these issues. We got her physical therapy, medicine for her acid reflux, testing for her urinary tract infection, appointment to our women's clinic, and we give her a blood test to check for her diabetes. And we are the only source of care for a lot of low-income people. And if they didn't have the clinic to go to, their cases would end up worsening, and they would end up in the emergency room, costing our community much more money. So we're able to provide this support, this care for all these patients because of our volunteers and because of support from people like you. So thank you.
When a patient comes in, are they given totally free treatment?
Yes.
Or they're not graduated?
No.
Okay.
Totally free treatment, because somebody may, if we were to ask for a W-2 to look at somebody's income, it is very likely that we see a lot of people that just lost their jobs. So if they showed us their W-2 from last year, it would show this person doesn't qualify. So we don't ask any questions. We take, if somebody comes to the clinic, they come because they need it. So we don't ask questions.
Do you have an intake person who
Oh, yes.
sits down and talks with them?
Oh, yes. We collect a lot of data, and they have to fill out paperwork, yes.
Are there any services that you, well, I'm sure there are a number of them. What services are you close to being able to provide that you'd like to add to your regimen of activities?
Well, let me see, for example, our dentists have requested a couple of new pieces of equipment. Our eye doctors recently asked me, I can't tell you the name because I sit with all these doctors and they tell me all their wish lists and I write it all down, but different pieces of equipment so that they can do more extensive testing on the patients. We would like to have more dental equipment, medical equipment, and volunteers. That's
I do have a question. Are you their only medical provider. They don't see anybody else but you.
Well, there's some services that we can't provide, so we have some partners. For example, St. Vincent's is a big partner of ours, and so we send our patients to them. We refer them to them, along with some other clinics and hospitals as well. And sometimes we'll also ask other providers and doctors, would you be willing to take somebody once a month? So we look for different doctors that would be able to do that for us.
Matt,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Carmel Sister Cities.
Good evening. I'm Charlie Scott. Thank you for the opportunity to appear again here this evening. My wife and I are representing the Carmel Sister Cities that was founded in 1994. The Carmel Sister Cities mission is to provide a forum for the communication and interaction for persons and organizations within the community who have a desire to promote understanding and friendship and respect for the sister city of Kawasanagano City, Japan. Our organization is made up of civic-minded volunteers of any nationality who have an interest in our programs and services, such as assisting in the acclimation of new area residents, exchanges with our sister city involving arts, dance, crafts, music, cooking, business opportunities, police and fire personnel, parks, recreation, the city park development, and involvement with our city high school exchange program, now in its 26th year, and I think you'll hear from them a little later. This past April, we celebrated the 20th anniversary of the commemorating the Carmel Sister City relationship with Kawasanagano City. 4 representatives appointed by the mayor of Kawasanagano City were our guests for the week of April 22nd through the 28th. The visit was highlighted by the celebration and farewell dinner on April the 27th at Rich Charles, when we had nearly 100 members from the community participating. The $2,000 grant that we received last year from Clay Township made the event possible, as well as hosting our guests during the days here in Carmel. Our organization receives no support, tax support, and we are entirely funded by participants' fundraising and donations. We are very grateful for the 2014 Clay Township grant, and we are again requesting $2,000 for the 2015 spring grant. The money we are requesting for will be used to aid in the construction of a website to further our information of our organization. Also hosting guests at our annual arts festival in September. Enhancement of the Japanese garden there on the south side of the city center, which never seems to be complete. And hosting the mayor, who was not able to attend this past year when we had April when we had our celebration, but he intends to come. He intends to come this year for his first trip to the United States. We do not take for granted your generosity. This is our 4th year. We struck out the first year. Were denied a grant. We received the last 3 years, and we appreciate it very much. Well, thank you for your consideration. I am happy to answer any questions you might have.
No, I'd just like to commend you for that lovely celebration when they were here. It was really very interesting to spend that time with them and to hear what they were thinking as they were seeing Carmel, and it was really a lovely time that was spent with them.
Well, thank you. They left, I think, very, very impressed with the city of Carmel.
Mr. Scott, is this the same organization that Bruce Breeden has been involved in the past, the same sister city?
He has been, yes,
Okay.
yes.
How many members are in your organization, active members, that are involved in the Sister Cities program from Carmel, would you guess?
Well, we have various personnel who volunteer for various activities. We have currently 8 members on our board of directors, representing various nationalities, Chinese, Japanese, U.S. citizens, and so on. So a great mix. But we have, I would say last year, I don't know we have exact count, but representing, I assume, about 200 volunteers last year, various activities.
Excellent. Matt? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Carmel Clay Public Library.
Hello. I provided you with my information that I dropped off yesterday in your offices, so I will continue the report from there, and I believe you have received them. Okay. Good evening. My name is Ruth Nissenchow, and as the director of the Carmel Clay Public Library Foundation, I'm here on behalf of the Carmel Clay Public Library to thank you, the Clay Township trustees, for providing us with previous grants and the opportunity to again submit a proposal for a 2015 grant. After this meeting, I will also provide each of you with a tote bag and information that was distributed in the Carmel Elementary Schools this past May. This tote bag was such a big hit and provided so much visibility for our program. Our proposal for 2015 will again request that a tote bag be included as part of the Children's Summer Reading Program. The library's mission is to inspire lifelong discovery, facilitate collaboration, and connect people with resources. The Children's Summer Reading Program continues to be the library's most important children's program, and we're dedicated to expanding its publicity to ensure that every youngster, from birth to those who will be entering 5th grade in the upcoming school year, has the opportunity to participate in our literacy program that promotes and reinforces reading skills. This specific purpose of the grant we are requesting is to help underwrite 3 key components of the summer reading program to continue to be able to publicize it, to reach the most children, their parents, and their caregivers. First, in early May next year, 35,000 informational postcards will again be sent to every household in the Carmel Clay community announcing this reading program. We received wonderful feedback from patrons this year, and it didn't seem to boost program participation this year. Second, also taking place in May, nearly 9,000 tote bags will be distributed to every Carmel elementary school child, including those who are homeschooled or attend preschool, at their school or at the time they personally register for the program at the library in June. And third, street banners will be placed around the community to advertise the program. The Carmel Clay Public Library Summer Reading Program is unique, and no other organization provides this free and accessible resource to every community resident. Your financial support, coupled with other funding sources, will assure that we continue to provide our youngsters with the very best summer literacy experience. Thank you for this opportunity. Any questions?
No, I think it's a wonderful program.
Would you remind me again what your grant request is?
For $19,300.